morning. It is 5:13 a.m. Why the hell am I up this early? I'm heading downtown, and I'm actually 30 miles from downtown. I'm out in Katy, so I need to get on the freeway before 6 a.m. Before it becomes a parking lot. So I was on there the other day. I was like, oh, I'll just leave at 6:37. No, it was like everyone and their brother was going to work at that time. So, sorry, I'm choking up here trying to deal with the fact that I got up at this time. And it's funny driving home, like when I'm home and I'm driving at night, like in my mind I still think there's going to be a deer that's going to like run out in front of my van. I'm not even in my van, I'm in my car. So anyway, so now I'm heading downtown because I need to go get my passport renewed. I've been putting this off. It expired a year ago and I was like, oh, I don't really need my passport, but then I realized I probably do, because just to have it, just in case, the shit hits the fan in the upcoming election. I'm just kidding. No, actually, I just need to renew it. And so I didn't know that you could just do it expedited. So I'm just going to go downtown, and I have an appointment at 7 a.m. I've got all the forms filled out. I got my pictures taken, which I did twice yesterday, because I was like, I didn't like the first ones. But yeah, so just going to see how easy it is to get my passport renewed. I got my Nigerian visa here in Houston, which was a nightmare. That was like 6 hours of them trying to bribe us, give us the runaround, all this stuff, which was totally illegal. Like, we already paid for the visa back in 2019, and all they had to do was just, process it. But of course, they drag it on, they wear you out. They were like, well, this is at our discretion. I'm like, actually, it's not. It's not anything to do with your discretion or your bias or your opinion or whether or not you woke up angry in the morning. Like, it has nothing to do with that, Mr. Passport person. Like, you need to give us the visa. Like, we did all the paperwork, and there's only like 5 places in the US where you can get a Nigerian visa in person, I think, and one of them was Houston. So finally, like 5 minutes before 5 p.m., the guy suddenly got all bright and smiling and goes, okay, no problem, I'll stamp it, have a great trip, enjoy Nigeria. And I was like, you just gave us hell for 5 hours, sending us all over to get stupid crap we didn't even need. But anyway, that's just what they do. It's just like, it's a abuse of authority. The Ghanaian, to go to Ghana, the Ghanaian consulate here was amazing. And the guy that was in charge of it had spent his whole life in Ghana. He wasn't he wasn't from Ghana, but he had been the consulate chief for forever. And it was really great. It was like, they immediately, 20 minutes later, gave us a 3-year visa to Ghana, which I highly recommend going to Ghana. If you've never been to Africa, Ghana is like Africa for beginners. It's got everything you want. It's got safaris, it's got jungles, it's got canopy walks, festivals, history, all of that stuff, and just really, 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 really nice people and really interesting culture. But I highly recommend going to Ghana. It's easy to get a visa. You get it for 3 years, and they're just super nice. I really want to go back there. Definitely want to go back there. But anyway, because I drove from Ivory Coast to Nigeria, overlanded back in 2019. I didn't do videos back then. I should have, because it was an amazing trip. I have some footage, but maybe I'll, put a video together in the future. But anyway, so yes, I'm just going to drive 26 minutes. If there was traffic right now, it'd take an hour and a half to go 28 miles. It's going to take 26 minutes to go 28 miles right now. So once I get down there, then I have to go up to Harriet's school right after and volunteer for lunch. So that's great. So that's kind of my day. And then after that, I've got one more other thing I need to do. So just kind of running around. So just kind of a busy day. But yeah, so that's it. Just kind of getting through Houston at 5 in the morning, which is beautiful. There's hardly anyone around. Actually, there's quite a lot of people going to work at this time, which is crazy. But it's nice to be up before everybody else. It's kind of like van life. I used to get up, when I do van life, I get up at 5 a.m., 4:35 a.m. and just kind of chill in my bed for a little bit. And I usually get up about 6, completely get up and then go do my thing. But when I'm home, I tend to sleep in a little. I'll go to bed super late and then sleep in. But when I'm doing van life, I'm in bed by 9 p.m. and I'm up at 5 a.m. rather. So when I was a journalist for a long time doing travel writing, it took no time for me to get any kind of visa or passport or media credentials or any of that stuff, because I had media credentials. So it was fantastic. And it was super easy. But being a civilian now, don't know. We'll see how it goes. But it should be pretty seamless. Thankfully, Houston is diverse enough that everybody needs like expedited passports. I just need to get mine right away. I don't want to be dealing with waiting weeks on it. I always have to have everything on hand. And, I've got my Go file, which is like, I've got my one file that has all of my like birth certificate, social security card, I have multiple birth certificates too, because I was born in the UK as an American. I've got my British birth certificate and my American birth certificate, and my, all my other stuff. I've got my military paperwork. It's kind of like my Go file. So like if my house floods again or the apocalypse happens, I just have to grab the one leather folder and it has everything in it. So, that's why I just want to make sure I've got everything. It's kind of like I feel like I have a piece of my heart is gone because I don't have a valid passport. And I'm kind of getting shamed a little by my travel friends. They're like, what? Jennifer Timar doesn't even have a valid passport? I'm like, no, for the first time in my life, my passport is expired. And the last place I went last year was Niagara Falls, and then I went across the bridge, the Rainbow Bridge to Canada, and you can see that video. It's actually gotten over 1,000 views. It's quite popular on my channel. And that was the last time I left the country. But then I went to 19 countries in 2019. So it was funny looking through and like showing my friend yesterday all my different visas for all the countries I've been to. And so so I'm gonna go get this renewed. Who knows how it is? I'm gonna get there about 5:45, and then I have to wait an hour and 15 minutes before my appointment. So I'm just gonna chill, watch some YouTube. At least I'm down there. You can see like there's already 1,000 million cars on the road ahead of me, and it's not even 5:30 in the morning. So I have to get down there now. By the way, somebody won this $20 million on the Mega Millions. Somebody in Sugarland won the $800 million lottery last night, and I guarantee you they're still going to live in Sugarland. I know someone that, it's kind of an acquaintance friend of mine, a business owner, made $50 million selling this business back in 2010, oil and gas stuff, and he still lives in North Houston. I told him, I said, how on earth would you live in North Houston if you have $50 million? This is the last place. If I was a bazillionaire, I would have a house in every country, specifically in each place in every country that I would like to visit. I'd have Airbnbs and houses all over the world I could just plop myself down into. I'd have multiple, van builds all over the country and all over the world, and I would just kind of, dot it all over and then just kind of bounce around like a pinball machine, seeing every single place on the planet that I could if I had $50 million. I wouldn't be living in North Houston. And he goes, well, I grew up here, it's my home. I'm like, yeah, but dude, you got $50 billion. You don't have to be here. Like, there's no reason. Like, my other friend had made $30 million inventing some microchip or something, and lives in a $5 million house in Austin. And I'm like, again, why? Like, there's 1,000 million places. Buy a mountain. You could buy a whole mountain in Colorado and go live with epic views instead of like humid mosquito central. Like, the mosquitoes are a deal breaker, and that's why I don't live in Austin. I'd never live in Austin. The mosquitoes are horrible out there. In Houston, they're not bad. I don't ever get bitten here. But no, they're ravaging out there. Why would you? Oh my God, each to their own. But literally, if I had $1 bazillion, I would finish seeing the other 190. There's 190 something countries. I've been to 89 of them, 90 if you count some of the countries that don't exist anymore, like East Germany, But yeah, I mean, I'm like, God damn, like I would go see every epic Instagram post possible. I have a whole folder saved of just like unique, hotels and unique places and epic mountains to climb and really cool activities to do. I've got this whole thing saved on my phone and my little bucket list kind of thing. Like, that's what I would do. And I do that for, my daughter would also get to see like 1,000,000 amazing things, not live in like North Houston. And that's only if I had if I won the lottery. But I don't know. I mean, I get it, but still, it's like, I could not fathom that would be my decision. When you have it all, when you have every choice available to you at that point, That's the choice you're going to make. That's the mountain you're going to climb, is to live in North Houston, in a suburb, surrounded by, NFL players. Now, what's funny is that when he was married, he got divorced. When he was married, he actually went and bought every house surrounding him. So he spent like $10 million buying the 5 houses that are surrounding his house because he didn't want any neighbors. And so these houses just sat empty. I mean, that's just gluttony. That is greed right there. I mean, God, $10 million. Well, I don't even know what that looks like. I have zero idea. I'm pretty sure the hospital with the blue lights on it in front of me, I'm pretty sure that, like, one building of that cost $10 million. That's just crazy. Anyway, blah, blah, blah. Well, let me go downtown. I've still got another 12 minutes. So this is taking no time at all. Wow, 12 minutes to drive. So yeah, word to the wise, if you want to get downtown to Houston, leave at 5 in the morning. This is 1919 Smith Street, and I think I can cross. And this is the passport office. And you should be able to get a passport in a day or two. All right, I'm done. Goodbye, Federal Building. I got my passport. There's people with their luggage trying to get same-day passports because they're literally flying out. I think maybe they're bringing their luggage to make it look like they're flying out. I don't know. But here's a top tip. You don't have to have an airline ticket. If you're flying or driving, like if you're driving to Mexico or you're going to sail, for example, then you just tell them you're sailing or you're flying or you're driving, whatever it is, and they will give you a piece of paper. If you don't have a plane ticket, that's me. If you don't have a plane ticket, what you do is you fill out a piece of paper that says, you're going somewhere. So like if I'm going somewhere in 6 months, like I want to drive the van down to Baja, for example, or go up to Canada, then you just put that down. You don't necessarily have to have a plane ticket. It depends, like if you are leaving tomorrow, you do have a plane ticket, it's an emergency, then basically, they'll say, oh, you're leaving tomorrow, then you can pick it up tomorrow, or you can pick it up later today, before 3 p.m. That was really, really smooth. I was very, very impressed with the federal government. Going into an election year, I'm very surprised the federal government, actually has it together. Sorry, very loud. Well, at least got it together for like passports. I don't know about the rest of the government, but yeah, I mean, we're one of the most diverse cities in the country. I mean, there was people from all different countries. I was probably 6th in line, and there were probably about 50 people behind me by the time they opened the door. They give you the whole spiel about like take every single aspect of electronics out of your bag, including anything that plugs in, any cords, any USB drives, any key fobs, all of that stuff. So I took everything out, and it was basically like a tray table on my laptop. And then after that, what you do is, you just kind of wait for them to shuttle you through. I was 103, so I was actually ended up being 3rd in line by the time I got through security, because I'm pretty good about getting through security quickly. Having flown, 70 times last year and 20 times this year. So then what you do is, downtown is very loud for some reason. So then what you do is, you just wait until they call your number, and then you make sure you have everything. There was a couple in front of me, they drove 2 hours. The guy was very rude, very angry, because all he had was his passport. He didn't even fill out an application. And the cashier, or the first attendant person at the window was like, sir, you don't even have an application? You need an application. He goes, well, I thought I could just bring my passport. I'm like, you have to register and fill out a form? So he was filling out the form very angrily, and his wife was, probably fed up with him being angry at everything. But I'm like, and they didn't even have passport pictures or anything. I'm like, how do you think you renew a passport? They're not going to cut out your old picture and stick it on the new picture. Anyway, I wonder. I'm like, but anyway, so I'm done. So I'll go pick it up Monday, because this is the expedited office. So even if I'm not leaving at all, I'm like, I can still get it Monday, because this is the fast, passport agency. They'll have a 1-day turnaround, and you just pay double.
Hi, good morning.
Hi. It says unable to process this card.
Yeah, we're still having trouble with the machine.
Oh, okay. It was $25, so.
Let me call my manager.
Okay. I got my passport done in 10 minutes. I was like, and then I get here and it's like, you got to wait forever.
Good morning, jefa, ¿cómo está? Oh, bien, bien. ¿Tiene la máquina lista?
La máquina lista, ¿la payment?
Sí, por favor.
Ya, te la mando para abajo por Instagram.
No, allá necesito arriba.
La handheld,
Ajá.
¿dónde la dejaste?
Pues quedó Rubén con ella, ¿no?
Oh, Rupert had it.
Oh, ok.
Oh, in charge. Okay, anyways, ahorita no tarda en llegar.
Es que tengo un customer.
Oh, ¿tienes un customer ahorita?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, déjame mando una voz por ella real quick para que agarren payment over the phone.
All right. Thank you.
No problem.
Sorry about that.
Okay, no worries.
It's because you have this desk and the office is on the other side.
Okay, so what do I do?
No, we just want to wait.
Oh, okay.
She's going to call me and we're going to stop your payment.
Oh, okay. Okay, all right. That's fine.
Sorry about it.
Whatever works, I'm good. It's, downtown, I gotta, everything's done a different way. So the machine isn't working. This is my ticket. I'd like to leave, but I have to wait. And they were like, yeah, she's gonna come out. We'll just do payment over the phone. It's like $25. This parking lot's gonna be full up later, and everyone's gonna be, stuck. So anyway, it was so nice. What a nice person. I'm gonna close my window to save my air conditioning. It's so hot right now. It's already like 80 degrees and it's not even 7:30. I know it took me 10 minutes to get through to get my passport, and it's like you're going to have to wait forever. It's like, I just want to go. And that machine, yeah, the same thing. The other machine's not working either. So the lady's going to come out and help. Well, this could be it. This could be the end. I mean, it was great knowing you all. My demise is going to be forever stuck at the gate. So anyway, we'll see. We'll see what's going on. Is she going to come out? Like, how am I going to get it? How do I pay her? Or how am I going to pay this? Like, is the lady going to come out or?
No, she's going to call me and you're going to give her the information.
Oh, okay. That's fine. Okay. Okay, I'm free. So now I have to battle my way out of downtown. Every street is a one-way street. And apparently you can turn left on a one-way street red light is the thing. I don't know if it's a thing, but people do it. And sometimes they turn right in front of you from 3 lanes over on a one-way street. It's terrifying. I used to work downtown. I do not miss working downtown, but I have to be down here tomorrow, same time, and then Monday through Thursday, and then Monday at, am I getting on here? Where am I going? Oh, I don't know how to get on the freeway. There's so many different roads. So Monday at between 11 and 2, I can pick up my my passport. So there we go. That was super easy. I'm actually on the road and I shouldn't be on the road. Why is it 33 minutes to get up there? I don't know. Anyway, but I'm going against traffic, so that's good. So it shouldn't take too long. And then I've got about an hour or so before I have to start volunteering at 9:30. So I'll get there about, no, actually 2 hours. I'll get there about 8. I got about 2 hours to chill, so I'll probably just watch some YouTube. Just hang out in the lobby at the elementary school. Maybe see if they need some help, toilet monitor or something. I don't know. It's fun. I used to teach elementary in Japan, but I was kind of like put on a pedestal because I was a foreigner teaching, and so it was like they didn't quite know what to do with me because like I was a woman, and I still am a woman, but I was a woman, but then I also was foreign, and so I couldn't be like I didn't make the tea. Like, there was definitely a hierarchy of like gender roles in Japan when I lived there 24 years ago, probably still today. But even like the head of the Board of Education was a woman. And even when we had male guests come in, she like started making the tea. I'm like, don't do that. I'm like, you're the head of the Board of Education, woman. Like, you should not be making the tea. But the gender roles, the stereotypes still existed in that it doesn't matter if you're like, the top of the company. If you're the woman, you still make the tea. I don't make the tea. I didn't make any tea. And so, but the office ladies were great. And they really were the glue that kept the city hall together, because I worked for the local government. And yeah, but they, they didn't really know, like, I mean, on one hand, they kind of treated me like a guy because I was, you know, the foreign person. And so I got all the benefits. I got to go to all the guy stuff, you know, like do all the karaoke bars and all the fancy dinners. But then I never had to make the tea. And so, but then when I had a male coworker, they put him on even more on a pedestal. Like he got to play golf with them, you know. And I told him, I said, don't win. Like you're not allowed to win. Like the guy that's in charge wins. That's how it is. It doesn't matter. You play all day. Japanese people in Japan play golf very, very slowly and don't win. And then a stupid jerk, it was from my college. I was like, you won. You're not so. I was like, how dare you? Like, don't do that. Like you don't win. You let the mayor win, or you let the, you know, the guy that's in charge of the tax office win. Like you don't win. And he's like, well, I played a really good game. I'm like, I don't care. This is Japan. Like I don't care if you were on the golf team in college, at our college that we went to. You don't win. Do not win. Stop. Okay, the mama bear in me says, how dare you break protocol? I mean, I know I want to win, but I know my place. So it was great. It was fun working there. I'm tired. I want to go back to bed. I've been up since 4. So that was good. That was, okay. So 1919 Smith Street, Federal Houston Passport Agency. They've got about a dozen windows and they only had 2 open because it's like Walmart. But yeah, I mean, it literally from the minute I got in there about 6:58, and it took about 2 minutes for the little like security guard, like this is a federal building and you can't have like any stuff like that. No aerosol cans, no spray hand sanitizer, nothing that plugs in, any baby toys that have electronics. You know, go take everything out, put it through the x-ray machine. So I did that. Next time I'm not gonna, when I go get the stuff on Monday, I'm not gonna bring anything in with me, just literally my ID and my purse, like my wallet. But yeah, so that was fantastic. And then yeah, you go get a number. So I was 103. Actually, I was second because the people in front of me didn't even fill out an application. And so that was like, I mean, I get you drove 2 hours, you could write the application out in the car. Like, I mean, you got 2 hours to kill and you show up with no passport picture and no application and thinking you're going to get a same day passport. But yeah, so I could have gotten mine later today and come back. But they said, like, is Monday okay? I'm like, sure, you know. But, you know, I've always, even when I've gone years without going overseas, you should always have your passport, like, regardless. I mean, if you lose your driver's license, you can always use your passport as an ID. That's the other thing, too. And sometimes you need 2 forms of ID for stuff. And so your driver's license and your, you know, your passport, it's like an I-9, when you start a job, you have to fill out all the forms and everything, W-2 and all that stuff, or W-4, whatever you fill out. It's been a while since I filled out that for a company, but they'll always ask for 2 forms of ID, and I'll always have my driver's license and my passport. I am looking for additional digital jobs just because I like to keep up with it, and I like, you know, the money is nice. So, and it's easy. So I'm trying to pick up some projects right now, and if I ever have to fill out any forms, it's just easier to have, you know, those 2 forms of ID. I do have, you know, social security card, but that doesn't have my picture on it. I do have my military VA, my VHIC, which is Veterans Health Information Card, the golden ticket, you know, that's my free healthcare. But that has a picture of me when I was 9 months pregnant, and I don't think they could even fit my face in the photo. Like, I look so pregnant in that picture. I was ready to, I think my placenta was dropping out of my kneecap. I think I was ready to give birth when they were taking that picture. I'm like, I'm literally in labor right now. I'm gonna try to smile, but it might be a smile worth of pain. Like, it just might be me going grimacing, like, okay, I'll smile. Yeah, and they're never gonna change that picture. When I have to renew my card next year, I think it is, they said, yeah, we don't generally change the picture. I said, great, so I'm forever going to be 9 months pregnant. Sometimes I've gone into the VA with injuries, like snowboarding injuries or broke my arm ice skating, where it's actually more pain than childbirth. So the fact that they have the least amount of pain picture as my picture, anyway, blah, 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 doesn't matter. It's going to rain. We're supposed to have a hurricane. Hurricane Francine is hitting Louisiana right now. And we're getting the gray clouds. You can't really see, but it's all gray clouds and stuff. It's been raining on and off. Yesterday it would just rain for a second and then stop raining, then be sunny, then rain for a second. And then, like, I put the windshield wipers on and then they would start squeaking when it was dry. A minute later, I'm like, what is happening with this weather? So, but anyway, it's good. Okay, so I'm back on the grid. I've got my passport. Yeah, I don't think I'll ever take the van out of the country, though. I don't think I'll ever go down to Mexico in the van. Too hot for me. Canada, sometime next year, the year after, maybe a couple years from now, I'd like to do the Dalton Highway. Probably not in Prudence because I'll need to do a lot of upgrades. I'll probably rent something, or use like a 4x4 Jeep or something, or car camp, or do something, you know, probably take this car, I don't know, something a little bit more less bumpy, and that I don't mind if I beat the crap out of it. Prudence has been through the ringer in the last, you know, couple months, going through all those roads in Colorado and all those, you know, washboard roads. Crested Butte, that 18-mile road, and then another 18-mile road was like a 31-mile road and an 18-mile road. Washboard the whole way, going in and out of Crested Butte. I'm never going back to Crested Butte. It's pretty, but I'm going to find someone with a private plane and fly in and out, because the drive in there, it's only really one way in and out of there, and it is treacherous if you're coming from Telluride. So I don't recommend it. I'm surprised that I have any suspension left on my van, because it was like, and also like my shoulders were killing me, and it was like knuckle crunching trying to hold the steering wheel the whole time like this, and I was like, oh my god, I was literally in pain for days afterwards. But yeah, so now I'm on the 45, just heading north, and I think maybe I'll go to Starbucks for like 2 hours and just chill. Yeah, that's it. Well, that was painless. I was expecting to be there for hours. I was, you know, but you know, they do this so quickly. And like I said, people showed up with their suitcases and even their like little airplane pillow, as if like this one. I don't think there was anything in the woman's suitcase, to be honest. Right? She was like sitting outside, and you could tell the suitcase was very, very light. And I'm like, good call on the like trying to play it up like you're leaving tomorrow. But yeah, I mean, first of all, we're not anywhere near an airport downtown. So if you have your suitcase with you, you're going to go get your passport, hang out downtown for a couple hours, and then go take an Uber to Hobby, which is like south of us, or Bush Airport, which is north. I don't know. I think that, you know what though, but whatever, it doesn't matter. The federal government is like, as long as you do it right, we don't care how you get here in the morning. We don't care where you go after. We just care that you do the paperwork correctly. And please fill out a form and have your pictures ready if you're getting your passport. Don't be those people, because then they got mad at the cashier, and I wanted to say something. I didn't say anything in the federal building. I stay in my lane, because I'm like, even if I want to say something out loud and be like, sir, you need to sit down, I know my place. I'm ex-military. I know my place when I'm in a federal building. You stand straight, shoulders up, shoulders down, you know, back straight, take out your electronics. Yes, ma'am. No, sir. Yes, sir. No, ma'am. That's all you do when you're in a federal building. You do not cause a scene. You do not argue with people. You don't say anything about anything. You don't flip off the picture of whoever's on the presidential picture. You don't do anything. In a federal building, you listen to the security guard and you do what you are told to do. You stay in your lane and you do not do anything, because even the inkling, if they have an inkling that you're going to cause a problem, or you're going to be an issue, or you're going to be disrespectful, they will tell you to go to the back of the line. And that passport line is not the line you want to be at the back of, because there were like 50 or 60 people behind me by the time we got in. Sorry, I don't have a table, so I'm using this Pilates reformer machine. I've never used one of these before. It just happens to be in the living room here. Okay, so let me show you. So on Thursday, let me move this out the way here. On Thursday, I went to the Houston Passport office, federal building downtown. I paid my $190 to have it expedited. I thought it was $400. It was $190 and $25 for parking. So let's say that you do actually need a passport, you know, to fly within 14 days, or to go somewhere within 14 days. You just fill out a declaration form that says I'm driving, or flying, or sailing, or wherever you're going, within 14 days. And if you actually need it like the same day, then they can get it to you same day. But for me, because I'm not leaving, you know, till the 23rd, so they said, okay, well, we'll just, you know, we'll give it to you Monday. So I'm going to go down there today and go get my passport. But I wanted to show you, here's the receipt. So it said Monday, September 16th at 11:30 a.m. I can go pick up the passport. So it's about 10:45 right now. It's about an hour to get downtown from here. So I will go ahead and leave now that there's no traffic. And then if you want someone else to pick it up for you, you can put that down there. I'm just going to take the receipt with me as well. But yeah, so let's say, for example, you want to go to the dental mall, which is down by Brownsville, or someplace like the Texas border with Mexico. You can drive down there and go get dental surgery. Let's say that you need like emergency surgery, or you just want to go get your teeth done, but you need a passport. You just tell them, I have an appointment, you know, next week, and I need a passport, and they'll issue you one. They were really cool about it. Like, even if you don't have a plane ticket. But yeah, so if you don't have your
passport info, then you can book a hotel on booking.com and say, look, this is my itinerary. And my itinerary says, next week I need to be in, Paris. And then they'll go ahead and issue. They just want to make sure. I mean, even if you just need an emergency passport, they'll still issue you one there. You just won't get it, immediately. Like they'll say, okay, well, since you're not going anywhere, we'll just send it to you or come pick it up in 2 weeks. But they were really, really good. I was really it was a really smooth process. It only took me 8 minutes in and out to get everything done, and then wait till Monday to get the passport. They asked me if I wanted it Friday. I said, well, I have things to do Friday, but I'll just come get it Monday. I'm not in that much of a hurry. So I'll go down and get it. But yeah, so really simple. So don't lose any of this stuff. Don't lose your paperwork, okay? Because it's federal government. They don't like it when they're all paperwork, and they don't like it when you lose their paperwork. So, just make sure you put this somewhere safe. So anyway, also, I've never used a Pilates machine. I should ask my friend if I can use it. I don't know. It looks a little sketch. I'm not entirely sure. I don't know. I may hurt myself. I mean, there's a bunch of stuff that you have to attach and reattach. It's a little too much for me.
All right, hello downtown. I am on, I don't know what street. I'm on Pierce Street. There's Brazos. All the streets are one way here in downtown Houston. And again, I think I said before, if you live in downtown Houston, like you're a business person and you come into downtown Houston and you don't go anywhere else in Houston, you'll think that we're some major New York type city. We're not. This is a very minute part of Houston. But anyway, let me get over. Oh, I hate this. Literally every street is a one-way street. I used to work downtown and I could never get to my office in the morning. I made 3 left turns and then I was like, I don't know where I'm supposed to go. So anyway, so Smith Street, I think I'm going the wrong way. Okay, so let me figure out where to go. I'm going to 1919 Smith Street. I may have to walk over. I think that's the federal building there. Yes, okay. So I'm gonna park in the $7 parking, not the $25 parking. So let me park over here. Passport photos and, okay, that's cool. Sorry, I'm just babbling. You can get your passport photos across the street. You can park here in this parking lot, which I think I will do. I think I'll just park right in this little spot right here. All right, so it is noon 01 p.m. and I'm in the $7 parking right across from the federal building on Smith Street, and I don't know what the cross street is. I think it's Pierce and Smith. So don't pay $25 parking in the covered parking. Park here in this lot. If you need passport pictures, you can get them behind right here. It says VIP passport photos. So I'm just gonna go in, get my passport. I've got my little receipt here. Do not lose this receipt. And I'm taking nothing in. I'm literally just gonna take my wallet and my phone and my keys, because you have to go through worse than TSA. So I'm just gonna put everything away, secure everything, cover it up with my sweatshirt, and just go in and get my passport. So it should be pretty painless. I don't know.